to a drash from our wonderful Director of Learning and Educational Innovation. It's my pleasure to welcome up to the bima Sarah Lauing Cohen to share some words and thoughts this evening.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy back to school Shabbat. I've always loved the back to school moment. I remember excitedly picking out new pencil boxes in elementary school and choosing color notebooks for each subject in middle school and high school, maybe all the way through at grad school. Now as an educator, I admit I still get a certain thrill in this final prep we've been doing for the past few weeks in anticipation of youth education programs beginning this Sunday. Assigning students to classes, finalizing classroom assignments, and sorting textbooks and materials. Our Torah portion this week finds us deep in the book of Deuteronomy, as the Israelites are figuring out how to create their society. Laws and norms, our mitzvot, are put into place. And in this week's Torah portion, Shoftim, a system of governance is established, with particular focus on the behaviors of judges and kings. Why is all of this so important? Laws and governance provide the scaffolding for achieving the Torah's vision for what a society should look like, one based on justice, or tzedek. Just as the Torah has a vision for what society should be, as educators, we too begin with the end in mind. We can't write lessons or hire teachers without first visioning where we are going and what we are trying to achieve. The educational theorist Joseph Schwab introduced what he called the 4 commonplaces of education, elements that go into the educational process. These commonplaces are student, content, teacher, and milieu. If mitzvot and judges are the building blocks of the Torah's vision for a just society, these are the building blocks of our educational programs in service of our vision. Here at Beth Am, each of these elements come together to realize a vision for youth education rooted in 2 core values. Shlemut, that our students develop a sense of wholeness and self, and Kehillah, that they discover a sense of belonging and community in this uniquely Jewish space. First, the student. Our curricular vision is student-centered. It starts from what we want our learners to know, as well as feel and do by the time they complete our programs. We want them to seek Jewish wisdom as a source for answers to their questions about life and meaning, to see themselves as part of the global and historical Jewish people and contribute to its story. We want them to engage with Jewish community as recipients and co-creators of the chain of Jewish tradition, and to work to better themselves and their communities, and to see this work as rooted in Jewish values. In our youth education programs at Beth Am, we aim to do more than impart Jewish knowledge. Rather, it is our mission to develop and nurture the core of who our children are and will be. Second, the content. At teacher orientation last weekend, our teaching team took a look at the master pacing guide for this year, a giant content map of each grade's curricular theme for the year and the lesson topic for each session. It was exciting, well, to us curriculum nerds anyway, to see themes emerging that weave through each grade and get taught in increasingly more complex ways in each age group. Themes like our holiday cycle and Jewish time, Jewish peoplehood, social justice, and Jewish values. While each class will learn differently, we have scaffolded a curricular vision that allows a student to build on their knowledge from our little Jewish explorers in pre-K and Havurah, all the way up to our high school seniors preparing to go out into the world. Third, our teachers. Our teaching team, in addition to being partners in developing and implementing our vision, take part in it as well. So many of them come out of our Beth Am community, creating a unique intergenerational community of learners and teachers. When our 8th graders learn about environmental justice from our own Dayenu Circle volunteers and leaders, or our 2nd graders learn about conversion from a member who celebrated this milestone within Beth Am, we build out our community through the learning process. Finally, milieu. Milieu can be the classroom, which here at Beth Am extends to our outdoor spaces, the stage, summer camp, and more. But it can also be our surrounding culture. For us, the Bay Area in 2024, our learning responds to and reacts with the world that we live in. These educational commonplaces, students, content, teachers, and milieu are the building blocks of a society that we want to see. If the ideal society in the Torah is driven by tzedek, our vision for youth education is rooted in our own two values: shleimut, the sense of wholeness and self, and kahila, the sense of belonging and community. As we build and scaffold our programs through dynamic content and inspiring teachers, our learners become better versions of themselves and deeply connected to their communities, and hopefully lifelong learners as well. As we sharpen our pencils and prepare for an exciting year of learning ahead, I look forward to realizing this vision with all of you. Shabbat Shalom.